All right, folks, example number 3. Now, here's a transversal intersecting the two parallel lines x and y, and we know that because there are these little arrows. Okay, line Z is the transversal. So, if the measure of angle N equals 40 degrees, find the measure of angle J. Okay, that's the first thing. And then the second one, the measure of angle M equals 140. What's the measure of angle L? Well, guys, we could be sitting here and kind of scratching our heads and getting a little confused, or we can set out and do what we did in the last problem. And I find this works for me great. I'm going to just label this a red angle, right? And the one opposite, those are congruent, okay? And I also know if I were to break this up into, we know that this here and the scenario up here are exactly the same. So I'm going to go ahead and put those two together as well. All right? And then I'm going to mark these green. All right? These green. And you know from the previous example that if you take a green angle and you take a red angle and you add them together, you're going to get 180 degrees, correct? I mean, look, these two are supplemental. Their sum is 180 degrees. Same here, same here, same here. So they're telling me that the measure of angle N, which is right here, is 40 degrees. Oops, 40 degrees. And they're telling me that M is 140 degrees. Okay, right? And that makes sense because 140 plus 40 is 180. That's the sum of these two supplementary angles. So the question is, what is J? So we're trying to find J here. Okay, we want to know what J is. And we want to know what, let's try blue, what L is. Well, let's do it. Any ideas? Well, I hate to break it to you, but this one, you don't even have to do any math. You can just look at it and go, are you joking with me, Mr. Arnas? Like, are you really trying to trick me here? No, I'm not, guys. Look, if we know that the red angle is 40 degrees, isn't angle L and angle J both red angles? So guess what? They're both equal to 40 degrees. Boom, done. Done. Okay? And we also know that because there's a couple of other rules that are governing what's going on here. And we also know, well, we know a couple of things, but I'm just going to leave it at this. This makes it a lot easier for me. We're going to get a chance to chat about this here in the coming days, so please, if you have any questions, prepare them ahead of time so we can have a very efficient chat. So I've taken this here, and I want to show you how this looks in my mind, okay? So the first thing I did was I went ahead and I took this right here, okay, this particular thing, and I rewrote it like this. Okay, so guys, you need to bear with me. I know this is awful. I wrote it like this. I know you guys can see that. Okay? Then what I did was I went ahead and I took this right here. Okay, I flipped this around. And then I took this angle right here. Okay, right? And I rewrote that like this. Okay, and again, I'm asking you guys to bear with me. I wrote it like this. Okay? Then, bear with me, I promise this is going to bear fruit. I took this angle, these angles, okay, and I wrote them like this. Okay? And again, that represents this line right here, the transversal. And finally, I took this bottom portion, which I'm going to cover up like this so you can see it, and I wrote it like this. Okay? Good. So let me show you what that all looks like. If you lay them out all side by side, you can see that angles 1, 5, 4, and 8 are all exactly the same. That's 1. That's 5. Okay? 4 and 8. Pretty interesting. And 2, 6, 3, and 7 are all the same measurement. Okay? And this corresponds with the rules that we've been learning, okay? Angles that are opposite each other in this situation are congruent, okay? Angles that are, similar like this are congruent. So there you go, guys. And on top of all this knowledge, you know that the sum of both of these angles is 180 degrees. Of all of them, okay? All of these are 180 degrees. So there you go, folks. I just want to add one more comment, okay, and I thought about this after the fact. You also know that any combination of the angles that I have circled in red and the angles that I have circled in blue, any combination of those angles, the sum of them is always going to be 180, okay? So there you have it, guys. I mean, that pretty much explains everything, at least in art terms, and makes it all nice and pretty. Again, we'll chat about this soon. Good luck with your homework. Don't forget to check Google Classroom for due dates. Till next time, thanks for watching.